I'm here with Kige and with Paul. We're just going to give them the microphone and see what happens.
Paul, so you've been around the industry for a long time. You're one of the veterans. What do you think is going on in the online video space?
The online video space is exploding. I think that this year, events like this are really helping put online video on the map.
I've got Chris Young, CEO of DBG.
I've got Gretchen.
What are some of your personal favorites coming up in your lineup for 2012 spring?
You know, beyond curating a specific branded entertainment program for a brand and for agencies, that's really what we do. We've got some really fun little gems. I think one of my favorite is a program called Expecting, which is a show tracking 3 women through all the various stages of pregnancy.
How do you decide what kind of treatment you're going to give any given segment or channel in terms of the social media blitz?
It really depends on who's starring in it. So, you know, we did a program last year with Kiefer Sutherland, so we worked to, create a Twitter account and grow that out. We'll do other programming on our Spaces YouTube channel where we've got, various home makeover celebrities leveraging their social footprint. Well, it really depends on the client whether or not we're going to heavily leverage their Facebook page or whether or not we'll create a unique setup for Control TV, which was a show we did with Ford and Mars and Sprint. In that case, we created ControlTV.com.
All right, so Joe, CEO of Collective here, folks. For Collective, how do you hope to participate in this year's digital NewFront?
Well, it's interesting. Collective isn't really in the business of selling content as a proxy to reach the audience. We're data-driven, data sciences-driven. So we're really focused on how to use data and data sciences to kind of unify TV and online. So we're focusing on our TV Accelerator product, which helps really big brands that love TV, love the big stage for advertising, and connect that to online and really can get control, reach, and frequency across device, really to make all digital devices addressable with the power of a TV commercial. But tell me about what's wrong with online video and what's going to hold it back from really the success of really TV as a #1 advertising vehicle.
You know, you had a stat earlier about the usage. In the past, I think it was 4 months, 100 million people had viewed online video, and compared to TV, 63 million. Yet the TV upfront will go up this year, even with decreased viewership year over year. And the digital group will do well. But I think one thing we actually have to do is get back to basics. I think the digital measurement, the delivery from a bandwidth perspective needs to be as sweet and seamless as the TV group. Then the dollars will follow.
Do you think if everybody like AOL just made their move, let's sell everything on a grit-based metric? I think they're actually utilizing, was it Nielsen's OCR to actually measure gross rating points? Do you think that's the key to kind of get the spend to move online?
Yeah, I know. I think it's a controversial point that people in the digital space feel like the unique aspects of digital are being dumbed
Always
down.
try to sell what's unique versus trying to create a level playing field.
That's where we get too smart for our own good. If we simply provide a metric to the TV buyers or the people evaluating video in a manner of which they've already been doing for years, it doesn't dumb down the digital space. It just gives them a metric with which to buy from. And then after they've bought the GRP, then they can go and read all the analytics that digital can provide.
You're pretty dialed in on the user side as far as what people are responding to. Where do you think they're going to be watching video? What do you think the audiences are going to like?
Well, that's a great question. God, we're all guessing at that. I feel like it's kind of a trial and error. Personally, I think that it's comedy and what they're going to share with their friends, that's going to be the most attractive.
Looking at the other NewFronts coming up this week, what are some of the announcements that you hope to hear?
I guess I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing with all the new creative, what's going to be coming out, what's going to be enticing users. Our team was just at the Facebook meeting last week, so we're now Facebook developers, so it's kind of neat to see how this is all going to be integrated into online video.
Raj, I want to talk numbers for a minute.
Okay.
It's one thing to have great content that's being distributed and that fans are getting excited about, but people who are selling and buying need to know numbers. What's going on when it comes to measurement standards in the online video space?
Well, I mean, I think everyone's trying to figure out what measurement really drives value for their clients. Is it completion rates? Is it product lift? Is it intent? Is it awareness? I think we're going to see a massive amount of measurement over the next couple of years, and it's going to be our job, along with the agency's job, to help clients make sense of it all. The answer is going to be really digging in, rolling up our sleeves, and figuring out what works for our clients.
What's your top advice, let's say for somebody from the agency side who's used to the TV model?
Don't necessarily rely on the way things have been done before.
What's your favorite show you heard announced? What are you looking forward to trying?
Actually, Clips was pretty good.
Spaces is great.
All of them.
I think it'd be Expecting.
You know what? Honestly, I think the Expecting shows looks really good.
I love that he just said Expectance. I think that's pretty crazy, but that's pretty cool.
I'm here with the cast of The Bartenders, one of the big new shows that's coming up on DBG.
Bartenders!